Good morning students. What was learned in the previous class? That is electric field lines, electric potential and electric potential energy, electric flux all are learned in the previous class. So in the today class we will learn what is Gauss law and what are the application of Gauss law. Okay. Application of Gauss law is 4. I will give the 2 in this session. Okay. So first one is what is Gauss law. Gauss law, first you should know about what is the electric flux. Electric flux is nothing but the number of electric lines is crossing in a given area. ஒரு ஏரியாவில் எவ்வளோ நம்பர் ஆஃப் லைன்ஸ் வந்து க்ராஸ் ஆகுதோ அது பார்த்தா எலக்ட்ரிக் ஃப்ளக்ஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ இன் திஸ் criteria, in this classல Gauss will be giving the great explanation to the electric flux in the closed surface. So we will consider first arbitrary closed surface, the charges inside arbitrary closed surface. We will calculate the electric flux in the closed surface. So electric flux in the enclosed surface is equal to in the closed integral of E vector dot dA vector is equal to closed integral of charge in the enclosed surface by epsilon naught. That is a Gauss law. Gauss law is nothing but the flux in the enclosed surface is equal to the closed integral of E vector dot dA vector or closed integral charges in the closed surface by a ratio of charges in the closed surface by permittivity in free phase. Okay, that is the Gauss law, and Gauss law it will be applied in more applications. Due to the Gauss law, we will consider the closed integral, so you should mention the closed surface. The integral in the center part, one circle is there, that is mention the closed integral. Okay, that is Gauss law, and Gauss law it will be applied in various ways. First, we will consider the infinitely long straight charged wire. So we will consider first infinitely long charged wire. The charged wire having the 3 segments. First consider the 2 area section, that is A1 and A2, that is in the top and bottom layer of the infinitely charged wire. ஒரு charged wire எடுத்துக்கிறோம், அதில் 2 segment, first area A1 and second area is A2. In the curved surface only applying the electric field to create the electric field in the perpendicular to the in the curved part. Curved part la it will be create an electric field at a point B and Q between the distance R from their midpoint. Midpoint of the wire la irundhu being a distance la some electric field வந்து create ஆகுது. We will calculate the total electric flux in that total electric field total electric flux in the continuous infinitely long charge wire. ஒரு long charge wireல electric field apply ஆகும்போது அதில் create ஆகக்கூடிய electric flux பற்றி தான் நம்ம consider பண்ண போகிறோம். Okay, so the total electric flux phi is equal to the total electric flux say enclosed surface, that is the total electric flux is equal to integral of E dot dA. The total electric flux is equal to first in the curved surface close integral of curved surface E vector dot dA vector and plus close integral of top surface and close integral of bottom surface. Okay, so 2 ways the electric flux will be created in the 3 sides. Bottom surface, so in the top and bottom sides the electric field it will be perpendicular to the area. Top and bottom side the electric field it will be in the perpendicular to the area, so it will be cancelled with each other. We consider only the curved surface. So the curved surface only we will calculate. First you should know the linear charge density, because the wire will be having some length. So in linear charge density you must know that what is the linear charge density, how will you denote it. That is lambda is the linear charge density, charge by unit length it will be called the linear charge density. So charge is equal to lambda into L. Okay, so in the curved surface of the closed integral E vector dot dA vector is equal to Q enclosed by, the formula is Q enclosed by epsilon naught. So integral of E dot dA vector is equal to E into integral of dA, closed integral of dA is equal to lambda L by epsilon naught. Okay, so the closed integral of dA is equal to A. So So E integral of dA is equal to lambda L by epsilon naught. Okay. So area is a product of length and breadth. So product of length and breadth means E is equal to the length L and breadth is circumference of the wire. So circumference is 2 pi r. It will be considered as a circle. So circumference is 2 pi r into L is equal to lambda L by epsilon naught. Okay. So the two sides of the L it will be cancelled and E into 2 pi r is equal to lambda by epsilon naught. Okay. So E is equal to lambda by 2 pi r into epsilon naught. So that is the electric field in the long charge sheets. So by applying the Gauss law, we will calculate the electric field due to the infinitely long charge wire. So infinitely long charge wire E is equal to lambda by 2 pi r epsilon naught. So how will you derive this formula? First, closed integral, we will choose the three sides, top and bottom and curved surface. And curved surface, the electric field it will be perpendicular to the area. So the curved surface it will be cancelled with each other. It will be equal to 0. Flux it will be in the curved surface, it will be equal to 0. So we will sorry. And top and bottom side will be perpendicular with each other. It will be cancelled with each other. Only we will consider the curved surface only. So the curved surface, closed integral of curved surface is equal to E vector dot dA vector is equal to enclosed charge by charges in the enclosed surface by epsilon naught. So E vector and integral of dA is A. So E into A lambda L by epsilon naught. Lambda L, how will you find out the lambda L by epsilon naught? Linear charge density is lambda is equal to Q by L. So Q is equal to lambda into L. So substitute the lambda L value. So E dot A is equal to lambda L by epsilon naught. So E into L into area is 2 pi r. So L into 2 pi r is equal to lambda L by epsilon naught. L cancel and E dot 2 pi r is equal to lambda by epsilon naught and E is equal to lambda by 2 pi r epsilon naught. This is the formula for to calculate the electric field due to an infinitely long charged wire. So due to that, lambda is greater than 0, lambda is less than 0. We consider the two cases. Lambda is greater than 0 and lambda is less than 0. Lambda is greater than 0, the electric field it will be perpendicularly outward. The electric field it will be perpendicularly outward. Outward means the position vector is r cap. And electric field it will be perpendicularly inwards. What's the meaning that outward and inward? It will be minus r position vector. So outward or inward is nothing but electric field it will be moving in the outside in the position vector of r vector, but lambda is less than 0. Lambda, what is lambda? It's the linear charge density. Linear charge density 0 விட அதிகமாக இருந்துச்சுன்னா அதோட electric field outward perpendicularly outward வெளியில் வரும். But less than 0 இருந்துச்சுன்னா the perpendicularly it will be inward. Is the against the position vector, so the unit vector is minus r cap. This is the electric field due to an infinitely long charged wire by applying Gauss law. By using the Gauss law, we did calculate the electric field due to an infinitely long charged wire. And take on the another one case, that is, this is case 1, and take the another one case, that is, plain sheet, infinitely plain sheet. Take the infinitely plain sheet. We consider the infinitely plain sheet. So having some charge infinitely plain sheet. We consider the Gaussian surface at the curve in the center part only. Okay. So first we consider the charge infinitely plain sheet. And we consider the center part, the Gaussian surface is there. The Gaussian surface that the point is P and on the third side is P dash, and electric field and area is there, electric field and area, and this part electric field and area. Okay, electric field and area. Okay, this is inward and outward பொறுத்து இதோட distance வந்து மாறும். இது plain sheet. Okay ma. So infinitely long charge plain sheet first we consider, and then centrally the Gaussian surface we will choose in. The Gaussian surface is in the cylindrical form. Okay, so to electric flux, first we know that electric flux formula pi E is equal to integral of closed integral of E vector dot dA vector. Okay. Then surface means the surface charge density. What is the meaning that surface charge density? How will you denote it? Sigma is equal to charge by unit surface. Charge by unit surface, that is area, that is Q is equal to sigma into A. Okay, ma? So Q is equal, charge is equal to Q into A. So charge density is equal, surface charge density is equal to charge by unit area. So charge is equal to sigma into A. Okay, first you know that N is equal to Q enclosed by epsilon naught. Okay, va? Then in the center part only we will consider center part first. Pi E total flux is equal to closed integral of E vector dot dA vector in the curved part, in the curved surface and plus closed integral of E vector dot dA vector at a point P and closed integral of E vector dot dA vector at the point P dash. Okay, closed surface, this part and P part and B dash. So curved surface part, the electric field, it will be perpendicular to the area. So it will be equal to 0. The closed surface, the electric field, it will be perpendicular to dA. So E dot dA is equal to 0 because EDA cos theta, cos 90 is 0. EDA means EDA cos theta, A dot B is equal to AB cos theta. So cos 90 is 0. So the perpendicularly it will be equal to 0. Okay. So integral of closed integral of in the curved surface E dot dA is vector is equal to 0. So we will choose in the P and P dash flux only. So pi is equal to closed integral of P E vector dot dA vector plus closed integral of P dash and E vector dot dA vector. Okay, right? Then so and then is equal to closed integral. What's the meaning that closed integral Q enclosed, that is sigma A. So sigma A by epsilon naught. So closed integral of charges in the closed surface by epsilon naught. So charge Q is equal to sigma into A. So sigma A by epsilon naught. Okay, va? Then E it will be taken out outside and 2E E. Okay. So 2E integral of closed integral of dA is equal to sigma A by epsilon naught. Then 2E integral of A, 2E A is equal to sigma A by epsilon naught. In both sides E cancel because E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. Okay. This is the electric field due to an infinitely plane sheet. So we consider the infinitely plane sheet with we took the Gaussian surface in the middle surface. In this curved surface, the electric field will be perpendicular to A. So it will be, the electric flux is created in the curved surface, it will be 0. So closed integral of E vector dot dA vector, it will be 0. So in P part and P dash only, the electric flux will be created. So the electric flux, total electric flux is equal to closed integral of B into E into dA vector plus closed integral of B dash into E vector into dA vector. It will be equal to charges in the enclosed surface by epsilon naught. So charges in the enclosed surface by epsilon naught, it will be equal. So E, it will be the two terms, the E it will be taken out outside. So 2E integral of dA. So 2E in the closed integral of dA is equal to sigma A by epsilon naught. 2E into E into closed integral of dA. Integral of dA is equal to A. So 2EA is equal to sigma A by epsilon naught. E is equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. This is the electric field is created by, exerted by the due to an infinitely long plane sheet by applying Gauss law. So by using the Gauss law, we will derive the electric field due to an infinitely long charged wire and electric field due to an infinitely plane sheet. And another two cases is there. It will be discussed in the next classes. And this session we will explain the another one part. What are the important points in the Gauss law? What are the important points in the Gauss law? First, I discussed what is the definition of Gauss law. What is the definition of Gauss law? Enclosed charges in the enclosed surface, the electric flux pi is equal to Q enclosed by epsilon naught. Charges in the enclosed surface by epsilon naught are closed integral of E dot dA vector. This is the definition of Gauss law. And what are the application of Gauss law? I already taught the two applications of Gauss law. One is by applying Gauss law, we had find out the electric field due to an infinitely long charged wire, and second one we use another one application we use the Gauss law to the another one application, that is infinite, the electric field due to an infinitely long charge wire. Now we will learn what are the important points in the Gauss law. What are the important points in the Gauss law? Important points in the Gauss law. First, electric flux pi E, it will be depend upon the electric field pi E, it will be depends upon the, so important points in the Gauss law. First one, electric flux pi E, it will be depends upon the charges inside the surface. It will be depends upon the charges inside the surface. Charges inside the surface. Charges inside the surface. It will be depends upon the charges inside. Suppose the charges outside the surface will not contribute their electric flux. Outside the charges irundhalum adu contribute agadu, electric flux la contribute agadu. And then it will be easily depend upon their shape of the surface. Shape of an surface. Shape of the surface. So edella depend pannirukku. One, that will be charges inside the surface. Suppose the charges outside the surface will not contribute their electric flux, will not contribute in electric flux, does not depend upon their, it will be depend upon the shape of an surface. So 2, 1 charges inside the surface, second shape of an surface. And then second one, electric flux doesn't depend upon the location of the charges inside the surface. Location of charges. Suppose charges depend பண்ணிருக்கும் நம்ம சொல்லிட்டோம், பட் அது எங்கெங்கே இருக்கும் அப்படிங்கிறத டிபெண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காது. ஸோ location of charges inside the surface does not depend upon the location of charges inside the surface. Okay, only depend upon the charges inside the surface, not depend upon the location of charges inside the surface. And third one, we will choose the Gaussian surface. Okay, Gaussian surface, that is the Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface is nothing but it is the imaginary surface. How will you choose the imaginary surface? We will choose the Gaussian surface on the basis of the charges configuration, the continuous charge configuration, and then kind of symmetry. What's the meaning that kind of symmetry? For example, the charges in the configured in the shape of one thing. The circle shape arrange ஆயிருக்குன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்களேன், the Gaussian surface is circle. That spherical shape and that charges will be arranged, we will consider the spherical Gaussian surface. Cylindrical shape that the object will be arranged, we will consider the cylindrical Gaussian surface. So the electric field, it will be in the spherically symmetric. We choose the Gaussian surface as symmetric. Okay, spherically symmetric. So we choose an Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface is based on the Gaussian surface. It will be based on the basis of kind of symmetry. What's the meaning that symmetry? Symmetry is nothing but equally divided, but all the action is done in the axis position. So on the basis of kind of symmetry and continuous charge configuration. So one is as on the basis of kind of symmetry, another one is continuous charge configuration. And then fourth one, we consider the equation, that is closed integral of E vector dot dA vector is equal to Q enclosed by epsilon naught. So this is the Gauss law formula. So in the left hand side of this equation, the electric field is due to the charge inside and outside of the surface. இங்கே create ஆகக்கூடிய electric field, it will be due to one inside and outside of the surface. But right hand side Q enclosed, that will be only consider that charges enclosed by this charges, it will be lying in the inside of the surface only. So left hand side the charges will be in the inside and outside of the surface, and right hand side will be considered the charges only inside of the surface. Okay, that is the fourth point. And the fifth point is Gauss law, it will be applicable. Gauss law is applicable also. Gauss law, it will be applicable also Charges are in motion. Charges are in motion. What is the meaning that charges in motion? In this lesson only we will deal the charges are in the stationary position. But gas light is also applicable to the charges will be in the moving motion. Moving position. So it will be very much easily treated comparable to their Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law only treated as the charges only in the stationary. But this law it will be easily applicable to charges or in motion also. Okay. And then sixth point, the Cartesian surface will be depends upon, not a depend upon, Cartesian surface. So only is through can be easily through the discrete, cannot be easily through the discrete charges. Cannot pass through the discrete charges. What is the meaning that discrete charges? Discrete charges. What is the meaning that discrete charges? Discrete means தனித்தனியா charge இருக்கு. தனித்தனியா charge இருந்தா their electric field will not in the uniform format, will not in plan. இப்போ தனித்தனியா அங்கங்க charge இருக்கு அப்படின்னா the electric field is not in a regular pattern, so Cartesian surface cannot pass through. Does not consider the Cartesian surface in the discrete charges. Only consider the Cartesian surface will be passed on to the continuous charge distribution. Okay, that all are the points will be in the important points in the gas law. First we know that definition of gas law and what are the important points in the gas law, what is the formula for gas law, how will you apply the gas law to calculate the electric field. Okay, so what are the points? First, what are the factors to change their electric flux, and what are the factors does not change the electric flux, and third one, how will you choose the Cartesian surface, and fourth one, gas law, which it will be easily how the gas law it will be easily applicable to their charges are in motion, and sixth, the Cartesian surface, to frame the Gaussian surface in the format of charge complete continuous charge distribution only, does not, it will be applicable to the discrete point charges. Okay, so in the today class we also learned what is gas law, what is the definition of gas law, and what is the formula for gas law, and what are the applications of gas law, what are the important points used in their gas law. So okay, so today home assignment is home assignment. Students, learn the first application of gas law. Students, today homework assignment, that is learn the first application of gas law. What is the first application of gas law? How will you calculate the electric field due to one long strike charged wire? That is also you have to learn and write once again. So write one time in the first application of gas law. Okay, thank you.